I was calibrating a pressure sensor when my phone rang. Work phone. Direct line. Nobody called that unless it was important. Nora Lane, Quality Control. Mrs. Lane, this is Patricia Chen from Corporate HR. Do you have a moment? My stomach dropped. Corporate HR never called with good news. Yes, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Actually, quite the opposite. Can you come to the main office? Mr. Davidson wants to see you. Mr. Davidson, CEO. I'd met him twice in 30 years. When? Now, if possible. It's good news, I promise. I looked at June across the floor. She raised her eyebrows. I shrugged. 20 minutes later, I sat in a conference room I'd never seen before. Mahogany table, leather chairs, windows overlooking downtown Austin. Mr. Davidson walked in. 60-something. Sharp suit, smile that actually looked genuine. Nora, thank you for coming up. Of course. He sat across from me, slid a folder across the table. 30 years with this company. Perfect attendance for the last 12 serious safety violations. 3 innovations that saved us over $2 million. Mentored 47 employees. Your department has the highest quality rating in the entire organization. I said nothing. Didn't know where this was going. The board created an award 10 years ago. Employee Excellence Award. Given once every 5 years to someone who embodies everything we value. Hard work, dedication, excellence. He opened the folder. Turned it toward me. A check. $500,000. Congratulations, Nora, you won. I stared at it. The numbers didn't make sense. Too many zeros. I don't understand. It's real. After taxes, you'll take home about $320,000. The rest is a ceremony next month. Your name on the wall of excellence, and our profound gratitude for 3 decades of exceptional work. My hands were shaking. $500,000. You've earned every penny. I drove back to my station in a daze. Sat down. Stared at the sensor I'd been calibrating. June appeared. Well, what did corporate want? I won something. Won what? I looked at her. My best friend for 20 years. The only person who'd been there through everything. Michael's death. Raising Evan alone. Every struggle. $500,000. She grabbed my arm. What? Employee Excellence Award. They gave me $500,000. June screamed, actually screamed. Right there on the factory floor. Everyone turned, stared. Nora Lane just won $500,000. She shouted. Applause. Cheers. People I'd worked with for decades surrounding me, hugging me, congratulating me. I cried. Right there. Surrounded by machines and noise and people who understood what 30 years of hard work meant. That night, I called Evan. Hey Mom, honey, are you free for dinner tomorrow? I have news. Good news or bad news? Very good news. Can you tell me now? I'd rather tell you in person. You and Kira. My place. 6 p.m. Sure. Everything okay? Everything's great. I promise. After I hung up, I sat in my small kitchen in Pflugerville. 3-bedroom house. Paid off 12 years ago. Modest, clean, mine. $500,000. I could retire early. Travel, see Europe, maybe even move somewhere nicer. Or just keep it safe. Invest it. Secure my future. Either way, it was mine. I'd earned it. The next evening, I made Evan's favorite pot roast. Mashed potatoes. Green beans. He arrived at 6. Kira came in behind him. My daughter-in-law, 32. Pretty in that Instagram way, perfect makeup. Perfect hair, perfect outfit that probably cost more than my monthly grocery bill. Hey Mom. Evan hugged me. Tall, looked like his father. Same kind eyes. Nora. Kira air-kissed near my cheek. Called me by my first name. Always had never Mom or even Mrs. Lane. We sat down to eat. Small talk. Evan's job, IT management, doing well. Kira's brand, Instagram influencer, 12,000 followers, posted about lifestyle, fashion, living your best life. After dinner, over coffee. So what's the big news? Mom, I took a breath. I won an award at work, Employee Excellence Award. That's great. Congrats. There's a monetary prize, $500,000. Silence. Evan's jaw dropped. $500,000. Yes, Mom, that's incredible. Oh my God. He jumped up, hugged me. You deserve this. You've worked so hard for so long. This is amazing. I hugged him back. My son, my boy. Pride in his voice. Then Kira spoke. So how are you splitting it? I pulled back from Evan. Splitting it, yeah, between you and Evan. 50-50, right? I blinked. Kira, this is my prize, from my work. But Evan's, your son. Family shares, right? Half for you, half for him. That's only fair. Evan sat back down, looked uncomfortable. Kira, I don't think you don't think your mom should share her windfall with her only child. The child she raised, who she loves. Kira, it's not about that. It's exactly about that. She turned to me, smile gone, eyes calculating. You're going to give Evan half, right? $250,000. That's fair. Kira, this is my retirement money. My security. I worked 30 years for this. And you're rich now. You don't need all of it. You have a paid-off house. What are you going to do with $500,000 by yourself? That's my decision. Wow. She leaned back, crossed her arms. So you're just going to keep it all? Not help your own son. Evan doesn't need my help. He has a good job. He's an adult. We're struggling, Nora. Do you know that? We're barely making ends meet. Evan shifted. Kira. We're not. Yes, we are. Your job barely covers our rent. My income fluctuates. We have credit cards, expenses. We're drowning. Then maybe you should spend less, I said quietly. Her eyes went cold. Excuse me. I see your Instagram, Kira. Designer bags, expensive restaurants, trips to Miami. That's not struggling. That's my brand. I have to maintain an image. With what money? That's not the point. She stood up, voice rising. The point is, finally something good came from that boring factory job. We're getting half. It's only fair. Evan's, her son. Family shares everything. Kira, that's enough. Evan stood too. Mom earned that money. We can't just demand half. Why not? She doesn't need it all. She's selfish. She's rich now, and won't help us. I stood, calm, steady. Kira, I think you should leave. Not until you agree to split it. I'm not splitting it. It's my money. From my work. My 30 years of dedication. You have no claim to it. Neither does Evan. He's your son. Which means I love him. Not that I owe him my earnings. Kira grabbed her purse. Turned to Evan. Are you going to let her talk to me like this? Evan looked at me, at Kira, back at me. Mom, maybe Kira has a point. You're not going to use all that money. Couldn't you help us a little? Something inside me cracked. Evan, I raised you alone after your father died. I paid for your college. I helped with your car. I've given you everything I had. And now you're asking for more. I'm not asking for all of it. Just, a share. Something fair. Fair. My voice broke. What's fair is that I worked for this. I earned this. And you want me to hand it over because Kira decided you deserve it. Kira pulled on Evan's arm. Let's go. She's made her choice. She chose money over family. I chose myself. I said, for the first time in 30 years, I chose myself. You're selfish, Kira hissed. What kind of mother are you? They left, door slamming, car starting, gone. I sat at my kitchen table, alone. Staring at the pot roast nobody had finished. My son had just sided with his wife over me. Over money I'd earned. And I'd thought the prize was good news. I called June that night. How did it go? Badly. What happened? I told her everything. Kira's demands, Evan's hesitation, the fight. That girl is poison, June said flatly. She's got her claws in your boy and she's not letting go until she gets what she wants. Evan sided with her. Evan's weak, always has been. Good kid, but weak. Kira knows it. She's playing him. What do I do? Nothing. You keep your money, you earned it. They have no right to it. But he's my son, and you're his mother, not his ATM. Don't you dare give them a dime, Nora. This is your prize, your future. Don't let them take it from you. I hung up, couldn't sleep, kept replaying it. Kira's face. Evan's hesitation. The way he'd asked if I could help us a little. Like 30 years of raising him alone wasn't enough. 1 week later, a certified letter arrived. Legal document. Official seal. Travis County Court. I opened it. Hands shaking. Civil complaint. Kira Holt Lane and Evan Lane versus Nora Lane plaintiffs seek $250,000 in damages for unjust enrichment, failure to honor familial duty, and withholding of implied conjugal property rights. They were suing me. My own son was suing me. For half of the money I'd earned, I sat on my porch, held the paper, couldn't breathe. June's voice in my head, don't you dare give them a dime. But they weren't asking anymore. They were taking me to court. I read the lawsuit 3 times before it made sense. Not legal sense. It would never make legal sense. But the fact that my son had signed it, that made a terrible kind of sense. Plaintiffs contend that the Employee Excellence Award constitutes a windfall that impacts the economic stability of the family unit, thereby creating an implied obligation to share said funds with immediate family members, specifically the adult child and his spouse. Double quotes, legal garbage, dressed up greed, but official, stamped, filed with the court. I had 30 days to respond. I called Evan. He didn't answer. Texted him, you sued me, your own mother. 3 hours later, Kira's lawyer said we have a case. It's not personal, Mom. It's just fair. Just fair. I threw my phone across the room. It hit the wall. Didn't break. I wished it had. Monday morning, June found me in the break room. 7 a.m. I'd been there since 6. Couldn't sleep. You look terrible. I got served. Served what? A lawsuit. Kira and Evan are suing me for $250,000. June's coffee mug hit the table. Hard. They what? They filed a civil complaint. Unjust enrichment. Failure to honor familial duty. Some nonsense about implied conjugal property rights. That's not a thing. I know. They can't do that. They already did. June sat down, stared at me. Nora, you need a lawyer. Now. I know. Do you have one? Not yet. I know someone. Tess Ward. Used to work with my sister at a firm downtown. Smart, tough, doesn't take crap from anyone. Can you get me her number? June already had her phone out. Already texting her. Tess Ward's office was in a building downtown. I'd driven past 1,000 times but never entered. Glass, steel. Expensive. I almost turned around, but June's words echoed. Don't you dare give them a dime. I went in. Tess was 44. Sharp suit, sharper eyes. She looked at the lawsuit for 30 seconds, then laughed. Actually laughed. I'm sorry, she said, still smiling. But this is the most ridiculous thing I've seen all month. And I had a case last week where someone sued their neighbor for psychic damages from ugly lawn, flamingos. So it's not legitimate. Not even close. She set the papers down. Texas is a community property state, but that only applies to married couples. Your son is an adult. He has no legal claim to your income. None. And his wife. She's not even related to you. This whole implied conjugal property argument. Made up. Their lawyer should know better. Then why did they file? Because filing is easy. Winning is hard. They're hoping you'll settle. Give them something to make them go away. I'm not giving them anything good. Because you shouldn't. This is your money. From your work. They have zero legal standing. But I still have to fight it. Unfortunately, yes. Even frivolous lawsuits require responses. But Nora, she leaned forward. We're going to win. The question is whether we make them pay court costs too. Can we? Oh, we can try. Judges don't like people wasting court time with nonsense claims. And this. She tapped the lawsuit. This is absolute nonsense. I felt something loosen in my chest. Relief, anger, hope. How much will this cost me? My retainer is $5,000. But I'll be honest, this case won't take much time. Maybe 10 hours total. Most of it's paperwork. I doubt it even goes to trial. Their lawyer will probably drop it once he realizes he has no case. Their lawyer's name is Grant Lowe. Tessa's eyebrows went up. Grant Lowe took this case. You know him. Family law attorney. Good reputation. Smart guy. Which makes this even stranger. He should know this claim is garbage. Maybe Kira lied to him. Maybe he's just desperate for clients. She opened her laptop. Let me draft a response. We'll file by the end of the week. In the meantime, don't talk to Kira. Don't talk to Evan. Don't post anything on social media. Just let me handle it. Okay, and Nora. Breathe, you're going to be fine. They picked a fight they can't win. But word spread fast. By Wednesday, half my neighborhood knew. Small town mentality, even in a suburb of Austin. Mrs. Patterson next door. I heard your son's suing you. That's awful. What did you do? What did I do? I won a prize. I worked 30 years. I said no to entitlement. It's complicated. I said, well, I think children should respect their parents. My daughter would never sue me, but her eyes said something else. Curiosity. Judgment. The kind of look that said, there must be more to this story. At work, it was worse. Someone had told someone who'd told everyone. By lunch, the whole factory floor knew. Most were supportive, angry on my behalf. That girl's got some nerve. Your son should be ashamed, but a few weren't. Mark from assembly, I mean, you're keeping all 500,000. Seems like you could spare some for family. Linda from packaging, my mom always helped me when she could. That's what mothers do. I said nothing, kept my head down, did my work, but it hurt. Every comment, every look, every whisper. June found me in the parking lot after shift, crying in my car. Screw them, she said through my window. They don't know what you've been through, what you've sacrificed. Ignore them. Everyone's talking about it. Let them talk. You know the truth. I know the truth. That's what matters. Evan thinks I'm selfish. Evan's 34 years old. He should be supporting himself, not suing his mother for money she earned. But he's my son, and you're his mother, not his bank account. Say it with me. I am not his bank account. I am not his bank account. Again, I am not his bank account. Louder. I am not his bank account. A guy walking past gave us a weird look. We didn't care. June hugged me through the window. Fight this. Nora. Don't you dare give up. Thursday evening, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello, Mrs. Lane. This is Grant Lowe. I'm representing your daughter-in-law in the civil matter filed against you. My stomach tightened. I have a lawyer. You should talk to her. I will. But I wanted to reach out personally. Perhaps we can settle this without going to court. Save everyone time and money. Settle how? My client is willing to accept $150,000. A compromise. You keep the majority, they get a fair share. Everyone walks away satisfied. $150,000. Yes, it's reasonable. Given the circumstances. Mr. Lowe, I worked 30 years for that prize. Your client worked 0. What's reasonable about giving her a third of my earnings? Pause. Mrs. Lane, I understand you're upset. But think about your relationship with your son. Is it worth destroying over money? He's the one who sued me. He's trying to build a life. You have an opportunity to help him. I raised him. I helped him his whole life. I don't owe him this. Perhaps not legally, but morally. Don't talk to me about morals. Mr. Lowe, your client is trying to take money I earned through work she's never done. That's not moral. That's theft. Mrs. Lane, talk to my lawyer. We're done. I hung up. Hands shaking. $150,000. To make this go away. To avoid court, to save the relationship. Part of me wanted to say yes. Just to end it. To stop the whispers. The looks, the stress. But June's voice. Don't you dare. And my own voice, growing stronger. I earned this. Friday morning, Tess called. Grant Lowe reached out, offered a settlement, $150,000. I know. He called me directly. He shouldn't have done that. That's borderline ethics violation. I'll address it. Pause. What do you want to do? Fight. You sure? Settlement means this ends now. No trial. No public spectacle. Just paperwork and it's over, I'm sure. I'm not giving Kira a dime. Then we fight. I'll file our response Monday. We'll request dismissal based on lack of legal standing. If the judge agrees, this ends fast. If not, we go to trial. What are the odds the judge dismisses it? Honestly, 70%. This claim is weak. But judges are unpredictable. Some take longer to cut through the emotions. And if we go to trial, we win. Absolutely. But it'll be public. People will testify. Your son will be on the stand, Kira too. It won't be pretty. I don't care about pretty. I care about right. Then that's what we'll do. After she hung up, I sat in my car outside her building. Downtown Austin. Friday traffic. People everywhere. Living their lives. Not being sued by their own children. I wanted to disappear. To run. To give them the money and never see them again. But I didn't. I drove home, made dinner, ate alone, like always, and thought about the next 6 weeks. Court date pending. Battle ahead. Family destroyed. All because Kira wanted money she didn't earn, and Evan let her. That night, Kira posted on Instagram. I didn't follow her. But someone sent me a screenshot. Photo of her looking sad. Artistic, black and white. Caption, sometimes family disappoints you. Sometimes people choose money over love. But I'm standing up for what's right, even when it's hard. Fighting for my future. For my marriage. For justice. Hashtag family first. Hashtag standing strong. Hash justice. Double quotes 12,000 followers. 300 likes. Comments. You're so brave. Family should support each other. Don't give up. They didn't know the truth. That she was suing me. That she wanted half my prize. They just saw a pretty girl. A sad story. A villain they didn't know. Me. I turned off my phone. Crawled into bed. Pulled the covers over my head. And for the first time in years, I wished Michael were still alive. Not to fight this for me. But to tell me I was doing the right thing. Because right now, I didn't feel right. I felt alone. Monday morning, Tess filed our response. Motion to dismiss. No legal standing. Adult children have no claim to parents' income. Request for court costs if we win. The court date was set. 6 weeks, April 15th. Travis County Civil Court. Judge Clark Reed presiding. June brought me lunch. How you holding up? I'm tired. This'll be over soon, will it? Even if I win, Evan will hate me. Kira already does. Half the neighborhood thinks I'm selfish. Work is awkward. I won a prize and it destroyed my life. It didn't destroy your life. It exposed the truth. Kira's greedy. Evan's weak. Your neighbors are judgmental. That's not on you. But I'm alone now. You're not alone. You have me. You have this job. You have yourself. That's more than most people have. I wanted to believe her. But sitting there, lunch barely touched, lawsuit hanging over me, I felt more alone than I had since Michael died. The prize was supposed to be a blessing. Instead, it felt like a curse. Tess Ward didn't waste time. Monday morning, she called. I'm digging into Kira's background. Financial records, social media, everything. If she's suing you for money, I want to know why she needs it. Is that legal? Public records are public. Credit reports require permission. But I have ways. Trust me. By Wednesday, she had a file. Nora, your daughter-in-law is drowning in debt. We met at a coffee shop near my work. Tess spread documents across the table. Credit card debt, $45,000. Across 6 cards, all maxed out. I stared at the numbers. How? Shopping, restaurants, travel. She charges everything, pays minimums. The interest alone is eating her alive. But she posts about her brand. Her Instagram is a lie. Look, Tess pulled up Kira's Instagram on her phone. Designer bags, fancy dinners, beach vacations. None of this is real wealth. It's debt disguised as success. Evan doesn't know. Maybe not. Or maybe he does and she's convinced him it's investment. Either way, she's desperate. That's why she's suing you. She needs money. Fast. So this isn't about family, it's about debt. It's always about money. Tess closed the file. But there's more. I found a previous lawsuit, 2018. She sued an ex-boyfriend for emotional damages, claimed he promised to support her career. She lost. Judge called it frivolous. She's done this before. Pattern of behavior. When Kira wants money, she sues for it. And when Grant Lowe sees this he's going to realize what he's gotten himself into. I felt something shift. Not quite hope, but close. Can we use this in court? Absolutely. Character evidence. Pattern of frivolous claims. And the debt. That shows motive. She's not suing because she deserves it. She's suing because she's broke. That evening, Evan called, first time since the lawsuit. Mom, Evan silence. Awkward, painful. Can we meet? Talk. About what? Everything please. Just coffee. 30 minutes. Against my better judgment. Tomorrow. Starbucks on 183. Noon. Thank you. He was already there when I arrived. Looked tired, thinner, stressed. Thanks for coming. I sat across from him. Didn't order anything. You have 30 minutes. Mom, I'm sorry. For the lawsuit. For not defending you. For all of it. Okay, that's it. Just okay. What do you want me to say? Evan, you sued me. Your own mother. For money I earned. What am I supposed to say to that? He looked down. I know it's wrong. I know that now. But Kira kept saying Kira. Always Kira. When did you stop thinking for yourself? That's not fair, isn't it? You're 34 years old. You have a good job. You make decent money. But you let your wife convince you to sue your own mother because she wants what I earned. That's not thinking. That's following. We're struggling. Mom, you make $68,000 a year. Kira makes money from Instagram. That's not struggling. That's living beyond your means. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. Kira spends money you don't have. She racks up debt. She pretends to be rich on social media. And now she's desperate. So she's using you to get to me. Evan's jaw tightened. Kira said you've always been controlling with money. That you never really helped me. That you could afford to share but you choose not to. Something inside me broke. Not anger, sadness. Evan, I raised you alone after your father died. I worked overtime, weekends, holidays. I paid for your college, every tuition bill, every book. I helped you with the down payment on your car. $3,000 I didn't have. I gave you everything I could, and it's still not enough. I didn't mean when is it enough? When do I stop owing you? I'm 56 years old. I've worked 30 years. And I won a prize for that work. My prize, not yours, not Kira's, mine, and you're trying to take it from me. Mom, I'm done. Evan. I stood up. You want to sue me? Fine, but don't expect me to make it easy. And don't expect forgiveness just because you're my son. You chose Kira. You chose greed. Now live with it. I walked out, didn't look back, left him sitting there, alone with his coffee and his choices. Tess worked around the clock. She interviewed my coworkers, people I'd worked with for decades. They testified to my character, my dedication, my years of sacrifice. She got a statement from my manager, the one who'd given me the award. Nora Lane exemplifies everything this company values. Her award wasn't luck. It was earned through 3 decades of exceptional work. No one deserves it more. She compiled 30 years of performance reviews, all excellent, all documented. She prepared the legal argument, simple, clear. Texas law is unambiguous. Employment awards are individual property. Adult children have no legal claim to their parents' income. This lawsuit has no merit. But the best discovery came on Friday. Tess called. Excited. Grant Lowe reached out. Kira's lawyer. He asked to meet. Off the record. Just him and me. Why? Because he knows he's going to lose. And he doesn't want to. They met that afternoon. Tess told me about it later. Grant had been direct, professional, uncomfortable. I took this case based on what Kira told me. That Nora was wealthy. That she was refusing to help her struggling son. that there was a moral obligation even if the legal claim was weak. And now? Tess had asked. Now I've seen the evidence. Nora's not wealthy. She's comfortable. Evan's not struggling. He's irresponsible. And Kira? He'd shaken his head. Kira is drowning in debt and looking for a bailout. I asked her 3 times to drop this case. She refused. She's convinced she's entitled to that money. So what are you going to do? My job. For now. But Tess, this case is garbage, and I don't stay on garbage cases. If Kira testifies the way I think she will, I'm out. Tess had smiled. See you in court, Grant. The weekend before the trial. I couldn't sleep. Saturday night, 2 a.m., staring at my ceiling, thinking about Monday, the courtroom, facing Kira, facing Evan. My phone buzzed. Text from June. You awake? Yeah, come over, bring wine. I drove to her place, small house in Pflugerville, 3 blocks from mine. She opened the door in pajamas, led me to her kitchen, 2 glasses already out. You're scared, terrified. Don't be. You're going to win. But what if I don't? What if the judge will see the truth? That Kira's greedy. That Evan's weak. That you earned that money fair and square. But everyone will be watching. Neighbors, coworkers. It'll be public. Let them watch. Let them see you fight. Let them see you win. What if Evan never forgives me? Then he was never worth having in your life. I looked at her. That's harsh. That's true. Nora, you're a good mother. You've done everything right. But Evan's 34. He's not a kid anymore. He made his choice. He chose Kira over you. That's on him, not you. But he's my son, and you're his mother. Not his ATM. Say it. June, say it. I am not his ATM. I am not his ATM. Again, I am not his ATM. Good. Now drink your wine. Go home. Sleep. And tomorrow, you show that courtroom exactly who you are. A woman who earned every damn penny, and isn't giving it to anyone who didn't. Sunday morning I went to the factory. Empty. Weekend. Quiet. I walked the floor. 30 years of work. 30 years of this building. These machines. This job. I'd started here at 26. Young. Widowed at 48. Raised Evan alone. Worked overtime. Holidays. Birthdays. Missed things. Sacrificed things. For what? For stability. For security. For the chance to retire with dignity. And now Kira wanted to take that from me. Because she thought she deserved it. I stood at my station. Quality control. Senior manager. The job I'd built. The career I'd earned. And I made a decision. I wasn't giving her a dime. Not to keep the peace. Not to save the relationship. Not to make Evan happy. This was mine. Sunday evening, Tess called one last time. Ready? As I'll ever be. Good. Here's what's going to happen. Grant will present his case. It'll be emotional. He'll talk about family, duty, moral obligation. He'll put Kira on the stand. She'll cry. She'll say you're selfish. That you don't need the money. That Evan deserves it. And then I destroy her. I'll show the debt. The previous lawsuit. The pattern of behavior. I'll show that this isn't about family. It's about money. Her money problems, not your obligations. What if the judge believes her? He won't. Judge Reed has been on the bench for 25 years. He's seen every scam, every manipulation. He'll see through this in 5 minutes. You're sure? I'm sure. Nora, get some sleep. Tomorrow you win. After she hung up, I sat on my porch. April evening, cool stars out. 30 years had led to this. To a courtroom. To a fight with my own son. To defending money I'd earned. It shouldn't be this way. But it was. And I was ready. Travis County Civil Court. Monday morning, 9 a.m. I'd never been inside a courtroom before. Wood paneling, high ceilings, Texas flag, American flag, judge's bench elevated, imposing. Tess sat next to me at the defense table, calm, professional. Navy suit, leather briefcase. Across the aisle, Kira and Grant Lowe. Kira wore a dress that probably cost more than my monthly mortgage. Black, conservative, trying to look respectable. Failing. Evan sat behind her, wouldn't look at me. Grant looked uncomfortable, kept checking his notes, adjusting his tie. The bailiff stood. All rise. The Honorable Judge Clark Reed presiding. Judge Reed entered. 61 gray hair, sharp eyes, no-nonsense face. He sat. Be seated. Case number 2024, Sheffy, Null Delapan 47, Kira Holt Lane and Evan Lane versus Nora Lane. Mr. Lowe, you're representing the plaintiffs? Yes, Your Honor. Miss Ward, you're representing the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. Then let's not waste time. Mr. Lowe, present your case. Grant stood, cleared his throat. Your Honor, this case concerns a fundamental question of family duty and moral obligation. Mrs. Nora Lane received a substantial financial award, $500,000 from her employer. An exceptional windfall. Life-changing money. My clients, her son Evan Lane and his wife Kira Holt Lane, believe that such a windfall carries with it a moral, if not legal, obligation to share with family. Specifically, with Mrs. Lane's only child. Judge Reed's expression didn't change. Mr. Lowe, I've read your filing. Moral obligation isn't a legal claim. What's your legal basis? Your Honor, we're arguing that the award constitutes unjust enrichment when one party, the mother, possesses significant means while her son struggles financially, and that familial duty creates an implied obligation to share resources within the family unit. Texas law doesn't recognize familial duty as a basis for financial claims between adult family members. Are you aware of that? Yes, Your Honor, but then what precedent are you citing? Grant hesitated. Your Honor, we believe this case presents a unique situation that warrants the court's consideration of equitable principles beyond strict statutory interpretation. Judge Reed leaned back. So you have no precedent. We believe the facts speak for themselves. Your Honor, facts don't speak. Mr. Lowe, law speaks. But proceed. Call your first witness. Grant called Kira. She walked to the stand, took the oath, sat down, perfect posture, rehearsed. Mrs. Holt Lane, can you describe your relationship with the defendant, Nora Lane? She's my mother-in-law. I've been married to her son Evan for 5 years. And when did you learn about the Employee Excellence Award? 3 weeks ago. Evan and I were invited to dinner at her house. She told us she'd won $500,000. And what was your reaction? I was happy for her. Excited. She'd worked hard her whole life. She deserved recognition. Lie, I saw it. Tess saw it. Judge Reed probably saw it too. And did you discuss how she planned to use the money? We tried to. But when we suggested she might want to help Evan, her only son, she refused. She said it was hers, all of it. She didn't want to share any of it. Another lie. How did that make you feel? Hurt? Confused? Evan is her son. We're struggling financially. We thought she'd want to help us, but she chose money over family. Tess made a note. Didn't react. Mrs. Holt Lane, can you describe your financial situation? We're barely making ends meet. Evan's salary covers rent, but we have expenses, credit cards, bills. It's hard, and you believe Mrs. Lane should help. Yes, she's his mother. She has $500,000. She doesn't need all of it. Sharing would be the right thing to do. The family thing to do. Grant sat down. Your witness, Ms. Ward. Tess stood, smiled, polite, dangerous. Mrs. Holt Lane, you said you're struggling financially. Can you tell the court your annual income? It varies. I'm an influencer. Some months are better than others. Give me a number. Approximately, maybe 15 to 20,000. Last year, your tax return showed $18,412. Correct. Kira shifted. Yes, and your husband Evan earns $68,000 annually. Correct. Yes. So your combined household income is roughly $86,000 per year. Yes. Mrs. Holt Lane, would you consider that struggling? In Austin, yes. Rent is expensive. Cost of living, your rent is $1,800 per month. Correct? Yes. That's roughly 25% of your combined income. Well within recommended housing costs. So let's talk about your other expenses. Tess pulled out a document. You have 6 credit cards. Total balance of $45,300. Correct. Kira's face went red. I don't know the exact. I do. $45,317. All maxed out. Minimum payments totaling $900 per month. Does that sound accurate? Credit card debt is normal. Mrs. Holtlane, please answer yes or no. Yes. And according to your credit card statements, in the past year you've charged $12,000 at luxury retailers, $4,000 at restaurants, $3,000 on a trip to Miami, and $8,000 on designer handbags. Does that sound accurate? Grant started to stand, sat back down. Those are investments in my brand, your brand. As an influencer with 12,000 followers. Yes, Mrs. Holtlane, how much do you earn per sponsored post? It depends. On average, maybe $50 to $200. How many sponsored posts did you do last year? I don't remember exactly. 43 I counted. That's approximately $5,000. Yet you spent $12,000 at luxury retailers alone. Would you call that responsible financial management? I'm building a business that's $45,000 in debt. Tess paused. Mrs. Holtlane, is this the first time you've sued someone for money? Kira's eyes widened. What? In 2018, you filed a lawsuit against a former boyfriend, claimed he owed you emotional damages because he'd promised to support your career. You lost. The judge called your claim frivolous. Do you remember that? That was different. Different how? He'd made promises, just like you're claiming Mrs. Lane has an obligation now. Because of family. Mrs. Holtlane, isn't it true that you're not suing because of family duty, but because you're drowning in debt and you see Mrs. Lane's prize as a way out? No, that's not. You need money. She has money, so you're trying to take it. That's what's really happening here, isn't it? No, she's his mother. She should want to help us, but she's not legally required to, is she? Kira's voice rose. This isn't fair. She's rich now and she won't share. What kind of mother does that? What kind of person, Mrs. Holtlane? Judge Reed's voice cut through. Control yourself. Answer the questions. Don't editorialize. Kira burst into tears. This isn't fair. She doesn't need all that money. We deserve help. We deserve. That's enough. Judge Reed looked at Grant. Mr. Lowe, your witness needs to compose herself or I'll end this testimony. Grant stood. Your Honor, may we take a brief recess? 15 minutes. Judge Reed checked his watch. 15 minutes. Not a second more. The hallway. Tess leaned against the wall. That went well. She's falling apart. Good, let her. The more emotional she gets, the worse she looks. Through the courtroom doors, I could see Grant and Kira arguing, his voice low but intense, her gestures wild, defensive. Evan stood apart, watching, face pale. He looks sick, Tess said. He should. 10 minutes passed. Grant came out, walked straight to Tess. Can we talk? Privately. They stepped away. I couldn't hear, but I saw Grant's face. Serious, resigned. Tess nodded, shook his hand, came back. What did he say? He's done. He's withdrawing from the case. What? He can't keep representing her. She lied to him about her finances, about her motives. He asked her 3 times in there to drop this case. She refused, so he's out. Can he do that? Technically, he needs the judge's permission. But Reed will grant it. No lawyer wants to be stuck defending something they know is wrong. The bailiff called us back. We filed in, sat down. Judge Reed looked at Grant. Mr. Lowe. Grant stood. Your Honor, I need to address the court. I'm requesting permission to withdraw as counsel for the plaintiffs. Silence. Heavy. Shocked. Kira jumped up. What? You can't sit down, Mrs. Holtlane. Judge Reed's voice was iron. She said. Judge Reed looked at Grant. Explain, Your Honor. I took this case based on representations made by my client that have proven to be ... incomplete. After reviewing evidence during this trial, I believe this claim lacks legal merit. I advised my client to dismiss the case. She refused. I cannot in good conscience continue representing a claim I believe to be without basis. I apologize to Mrs. Lane and to this court for wasting valuable time. Judge Reed studied him. Mr. Lowe, that's a serious statement. I understand, Your Honor, but my professional reputation and ethical obligations require it. Motion granted. You're dismissed. Mr. Lowe. Grant gathered his briefcase, looked at Kira. I'm sorry, but this was never going to work. He left, just walked out, left Kira sitting there alone. Judge Reed turned to Kira. Mrs. Holt-Lane, you now have 3 options. 1. Represent yourself. 2. Request a continuance to find new counsel. 3. Dismiss your case. What do you want to do? Kira looked panicked, lost. She turned to Evan. Evan, say something. Tell them we deserve this. Evan stood, slowly. Kira, he's right. What? Grant's right. This is wrong. Mom earned that money. We have no right to it. You're taking her side. There are no sides. There's right and wrong, and this is wrong. He looked at me. Mom, I'm sorry. I should never have signed those papers. I should never have let Kira talk me into this. I was wrong. He walked out. Left Kira alone at the plaintiff's table. Judge Reed waited. Mrs. Holt-Lane, I need to think. You have 30 seconds, but 25 seconds. Your Honor, please, Ms. Ward, do you have a motion? Tess stood. Yes, Your Honor. Motion to dismiss with prejudice. This case has no legal merit. Never did. It's wasted this court's time and caused significant emotional distress to my client. I request immediate dismissal. Granted. Judge Reed banged his gavel. Case dismissed with prejudice. Mrs. Lane, you're free to go. Mrs. Holt-Lane, consider yourself fortunate I'm not awarding attorney's fees and court costs to the defense. But let me be clear. If you file another frivolous lawsuit in my court, I will sanction you personally. Do you understand? Kira nodded, crying, humiliated. This court is adjourned. Outside the courthouse, Texas sun, bright, hot, April morning. I stood on the steps, breathing free. Tess appeared next to me. Congratulations. You won. I can't believe he withdrew. I can. Grant's a good lawyer. Good lawyers don't destroy their reputations on bad cases. He saw the truth and got out, and Evan, he saw it too. Better late than never. Evan was waiting by my car, alone, Kira nowhere in sight. I'll give you 2 privacy, Tess said. She walked away. I approached Evan. Slow, careful. Mom. Evan, I'm so sorry for all of it. The lawsuit, not defending you, believing Kira, I was wrong. So wrong. Yes, you were. Can we fix this? I looked at him. My son, 34 years old, still learning, still growing. Not today, maybe not for a long time. You hurt me, Evan, deeply. You made me defend myself against my own child. In a courtroom, in public. That's not something I can just forgive overnight. I understand. Do you? Because you didn't understand 3 weeks ago? You didn't understand when you signed those papers? What's changed? I saw what Kira really is. What she was willing to do, how far she'd go for money. And I realized I became that too. I became someone who'd sue his own mother for money he didn't earn. And I'm disgusted with myself. Good, you should be. Is there any chance? Maybe. Someday, but not now. Go home, Evan. Think about who you want to be. And when you figure it out, we'll talk. He nodded, walked away. I got in my car, drove home, alone, but free. Finally, completely free. 3 months after the trial, I sat in a cafe in Paris. The Eiffel Tower was visible through the window. Morning light, coffee, croissant. My phone buzzed. FaceTime, June, show me. She said the second I answered. I turned the phone. Tower Street Caf. Oh my God, you're really there. I'm really here. How does it feel? Like I earned it. June laughed. Damn right you did. The months after the trial had been strange. Relief, anger, exhaustion, all mixed together. The day after court, I'd gone to work. Normal shift. Normal routine. Everyone knew. The trial had been public. Word spread fast. Most were supportive. Proud even. You stood up for yourself. That took courage. Your son should be ashamed. A few were quiet, judgmental, thought I should have shared. I didn't care anymore. I'd won. Legally, morally, completely. The money was mine. I'd spent the first week just breathing. No lawsuit hanging over me. No court date. No stress. Just work. Home. Peace. June had brought wine. What are you going to do with it? The money. I don't know yet. Invest most of it. Retire early maybe. Travel, maybe. Nora, you've worked 30 years. You've never left the country. Go somewhere. See the world. Do something just for you. That's when I'd opened my laptop, looked at flights, hotels, tours, Europe, 2 weeks party San Rome, Barcelona, $50,000 from the prize. The rest invested. Secure. Safe. But this was for me. Evan had reached out twice. First time, 2 weeks after the trial. Text message. Mom, I'm in therapy, working on myself. I hope someday we can talk. I love you. I'd replied. I'm glad you're getting help. Take your time. I'm not ready yet. Second time, 6 weeks after, coffee invitation. Can we meet? Just talk. No expectations. I'd agreed. Same Starbucks, same table. He looked different, calmer, clearer. I'm sorry for everything. Not just the lawsuit. 4 years of taking you for granted. For letting Kira manipulate me. For not being the son you deserved. Okay, I'm divorced. Or will be soon. Filed papers last week. Kira and I are done. I'm sorry. Don't be less toxic. I see that now. My therapist helped me see it. Kira was controlling, manipulative. She isolated me from you, made me think you were the problem. But you weren't. She was, and I let her. Why? Because it was easier. Easier to blame you than to stand up to her. Easier to believe her lies than to face the truth. I was weak, Mom. I'm still working on that. I'd sipped my coffee. Said nothing. I know I can't fix this overnight. I know you're hurt. But I want to try. Slowly. Whatever pace you're comfortable with. I just want my mom back. I'm not sure I'm the same mom anymore. What do you mean? I'm not the person who lets people take advantage of me. Not anymore. I fought for myself. I won, and I'm not going backward. I don't want you to. I just want a chance to be better. To prove I can be the son you raised me to be. I'd thought about it. Long silence. Coffee getting cold. Once a month. Lunch. Public place. We talk. We see how it goes. But Evan, if you hurt me again, we're done. Forever. Do you understand? I understand. Thank you, Mom. We'd had lunch twice since then. Awkward, careful, but slowly healing. He was trying, actually trying. Maybe someday, we'd be okay, but not yet. Kira had imploded spectacularly. June kept me updated. She followed the drama like a soap opera. She tried to get alimony in the divorce. Judge laughed at her. 5 years married. No kids. She gets nothing. Good, her Instagram's tanking. She posted about toxic family members and standing up for herself. People figured out she was talking about the lawsuit. Started calling her out. She lost 4,000 followers in a month. Karma. She's working retail now. Nordstrom. Sales floor. Guess influencing didn't pay the bills. I'd felt a moment of sympathy. Small, brief. Then, I remembered her in court, crying, demanding, entitled. The sympathy passed. Grant Lowe had sent a letter, handwritten, formal. Dear Mrs. Lane, I owe you an apology. I accepted your daughter-in-law's case based on incomplete information and my own poor judgment. When I saw the evidence, her debt, her history, her true motivations, I realized I'd made a significant error. I should have investigated more thoroughly before filing. I should have listened to my instincts when she refused to drop the case. I didn't. That failure caused you unnecessary stress and hardship. I want you to know that I withdrew from the case, not just for professional reasons, but because it was the right thing to do. You earned that money. You deserved to keep it. And I'm sorry I ever suggested otherwise. I hope you can accept my apology. Sincerely, Grant Lowe. I'd written back. Mr. Lowe, I accept your apology. Thank you for doing the right thing, even if it came late. Not many people have that kind of integrity. Best, Nora Lane Work threw me a small party. Congratulations on winning your case. Cake. Balloons. Co-workers I'd known for decades celebrating with me. June gave a speech. Nora Lane is the most dedicated person I've ever worked with. 30 years at this company. Never late, never complained. Always did the job right. And when someone tried to take what she'd earned, she fought back. She won. And she deserves every penny of that prize. Applause, hugs, people I barely knew telling me I was inspiring. It felt good. Being seen, being valued, not just for the money, for standing up. My manager pulled me aside. You're not retiring yet, are you? Not yet. Maybe in a few years, when I'm ready. Good. We need you here. And honestly, after everything that happened, seeing you come back to work every day, that says something about character, about integrity. I love this job. I'm not ready to leave it. Then don't. Stay as long as you want. You've earned that too. Now I was in Paris. 2 weeks in Europe. $50,000 well spent. I'd seen the Louvre, Notre Dame, the Seine at sunset. I'd eaten cheese I couldn't pronounce. Drunk wine older than me. Walked cobblestone streets that had existed for centuries. I'd done it alone. By choice. No Evan, no Kira, no drama. Just me, and the world I'd never seen before. What's next? June asked on the phone. Rome tomorrow. Then Barcelona. Then home. And after that? I don't know. Maybe another trip next year. Maybe early retirement. Maybe just keep working and living. Whatever I want. That's the point, isn't it? You get to choose now. Yeah, I do. On my last night in Paris, I walked to the Eiffel Tower. Stood underneath it. Looked up. Lights twinkling. I thought about the past year. The prize. The lawsuit. The trial. The pain. And the victory. Kira had wanted half of what I'd earned. She got nothing. Evan had wanted easy money. He got a hard lesson. I'd wanted respect for my work. I got that. And Paris. And freedom. A couple walked past. Young. Laughing. In love. I'd had that once. With Michael. 30 years ago. Lost it too soon. Raised a son alone. Worked hard. Sacrificed. And now I had myself. My choices. My money. My life. It was enough. More than enough. Back in Austin, 2 weeks later, I returned to my house in Pflugerville. Small, modest, paid off. The same house I'd lived in for years. But it felt different now. Mine. Completely mine. I'd invested $400,000 in retirement funds. Secure. Growing. $50,000 in savings. Emergency fund. $50,000 spent on Europe and living. Worth every penny. The lawsuit had cost me $7,000 in legal fees. Worth that too. I was 57 now. Could retire at 60 if I wanted, or work until 60. My choice. That's what the money had bought me. Not luxury. Not wealth. Choice. Evan came over for lunch on a Saturday. First time he'd been in the house since before the lawsuit. Awkward, careful, but trying. House looks good, Mom. Thanks. How was Europe? Beautiful. Exactly what I needed. I'm glad you went. You deserved it. We ate sandwiches. Talked about his therapy, his job, his life without Kira. I'm learning a lot about myself. Not all of it good. Growth is hard. Did you ever forgive me? Really? I thought about it. I'm working on it. Some days are easier than others. That's fair. Evan, I love you. I always will. You're my son. But trust. That takes time. You broke something between us. It doesn't just snap back. I know. I'm trying to earn it back. I know you are. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm trying too. He looked relieved. Can I ask you something? Sure. If Kira had never sued, if she'd just asked nicely, would you have helped us? With money? Honest question. Deserved honest answer. Maybe a little, if you'd needed it. Actually needed it. Not for debt from designer bags, but for something real. Medical emergency. Job loss. Something serious. Yeah, I probably would have. Because that's what family does. They help when there's real need. But we didn't have real need. No, you had greed. There's a difference. He nodded. I see that now. June and I had dinner that evening. How'd it go with Evan? Okay, not great, but okay. Think you'll ever trust him again? I don't know, maybe. Someday, but not yet. That's fair. She raised her glass. To you, to standing up, to winning, to Paris, to work, to friendship, to 30 years of showing up. We clinked glasses. You know what the best part is? June asked. What? Kira thought she could take your success. She thought she deserved it just because she wanted it. And instead, she got nothing. Lost everything. While you kept what you earned and went to Paris. That's justice. Poetic justice. The best kind. That night alone in my house, I opened my laptop, looked at the photo album from Europe, hundreds of pictures. Me in front of the Eiffel Tower, me in the Louvre, me eating gelato in Rome, me watching the sunset in Barcelona. 57 years old. First time leaving the country. Better late than never. I thought about Kira, working at Nordstrom, Instagram dying, divorced, broke. I didn't feel satisfaction exactly, more like confirmation. Actions have consequences. Greed destroys, entitlement fails, and hard work pays off. Not always immediately, not always fairly, but eventually. 6 months after the trial, I got a message on LinkedIn from a woman named Sarah, 38, working mom, single. I read about your lawsuit in the local news. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm going through something similar. Family members who think they're entitled to money I earned. Your story gave me courage to stand up for myself, to say no, to fight for what's mine. You're an inspiration. I wrote back, you don't need to thank me. Just keep standing up for yourself. You earned what's yours. Don't let anyone take it from you. 3 more messages came over the following weeks. Similar stories. Women standing up, fighting back, winning. I hadn't set out to be inspiring. I'd just set out to keep what was mine. But if my fight helped others, that was worth something too. 1 year after winning the prize, the company held the annual ceremony. They honored me again. Put my name on the wall of excellence. Gold plaque, Nora Lane. Employee Excellence Award winner. 31 years of dedicated service. I stood in front of it. Permanent, official, proof that I'd mattered. That my work had value. That I'd earned every penny. Evan and I had lunch once a month now. Regular schedule, slow progress. At our 6th lunch, he said, I'm dating someone. Her name's Amy. She's a teacher. Nothing like Kira. That's good. I'm not introducing you yet. Not until I'm sure. But I wanted you to know. I appreciate that. And Mom, thank you. For not giving up on me. For giving me a chance to be better. You're my son. I couldn't give up even if I wanted to. I won't let you down again. I hope not. Sitting in my house that evening, I thought about everything. The prize, the lawsuit, the trial, the victory, Paris, Europe, freedom, Evan slowly healing, slowly earning back trust, Kira gone, irrelevant, a lesson learned, and me, 57, still working, still standing, still choosing myself. 30 years of hard work paid off in more ways than one, not just the money. The reminder that I don't owe anyone my success. Especially not those who never earned it themselves. I'd won that prize fairly, kept it rightfully, used it wisely, and I'd do it all again, without hesitation, without regret, without apology, because I earned it. Every single penny.